Well, at least the second half saved the show from being a total loss. I'm John Renton with my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 33 Night 8 event with C Blocker and She Wants the D Blocker action. And my oh my, after those first two matches, I was like, nope, fuck it. But I stuck with it, and I'm glad I did. Kevin Kelly, Chris Charlton on commentary, and yes, I know I have said before to start the last few reviews that I may do more Human Centipede Together reviews, but I decided why not, because there are a few things I want to flesh out here, and a few things I really just want to say, fuck, this was goddamn awful. Like, Evil versus Hanare. Nothing against Hanare. And I understand the whole idea of just getting somebody so despised like Evil and the House of Torture and all the Bullet Club stuff that you want to just see them get beat. It's stale, it's old, it's ridiculous. Dick inserting himself repeatedly from behind. This is old, into the crowd. This would not end. Hanare deserves better. And then a flash knee in the corner. Hanare was trying to make this work, and Evil can work, but all this bullshit, it's just, yeah, it's all bullshit. I really don't have anything creative to say. Distraction, low blow, everything is Evil, 1, 2, 3. Then Hiroki Goto took on Alex Coughlin, who I want to root for. But I can't, because he's acting crazy. He's tough, he's strong, he is legit, and he will get better, but another jump start. All this Bullet Club shit is ridiculous and stale. Delayed jackhammer, 1, 2, 3. Mikey Nichols took on Shingo Takagi. Finally something decent. I mean, it didn't really have to try hard to be any better than the previous two matches. Again, all due respect to Hanare and Goto. Mikey was a de facto heel. Shingo fires up with "It's time." I guess that's what that means. I don't speak Japanese. Huge superplex, big old pop on that. Then they get some strikes in. They do some good stuff. But then, after some headbutts, Mikey Nichols is bleeding. And then suddenly, I think Shingo was either trying to hit a pump and bomber or something. But it was almost like a Luthez press. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Bit weird. Bit quick. Hopefully Mikey is all right. That was a bit sudden. Then we get Yano versus Tanahashi. Now, I have been critical of Yano in G1s in the past, especially this one because it's stale and it's old. But yes, they had antics. This was one of the better offerings, and hopefully this will be Yano's last, or at least second to last G1, because yeah, I'm not saying they need to phase him out of the goddamn show, but having him in the G1, yes, giving people easy matches is one thing. I'm not saying everything needs to be a hard-hitting, 10 to 15 minute insane clubbing, we're like, oh, we're all sore afterwards. Yeah, you can have some easy matches, but the Yano stuff's old. We get we get the usual checking of the tape. Yano, was an amateur wrestler, so he can do some, good stuff. And the buckle pad got taken off. We get the exposed buckle spots, and then a ref bump, and then a chair. Tana says, no, ow, I shouldn't have swatted that. Ow, why am I doing that? That's my hand. And hits a high fly flow, 1, 2, 3. So far, the show isn't all that great. It's improving, but it really didn't have anywhere to go but up after the first match. And then Eddie Kingston versus Tomohiro Ishii. Hard hitting, they did a lot of shit. They chopped each other in the neck. Well, at least Eddie tried to with Ishii, but Ishii, as we know, doesn't have a neck. And more chops, and more chops. It's like the Jay Buhner stuff around here. Trucks, and more trucks. That is a deep cut for any Washingtonians that happen to watch local television. If you are not a Washington State resident, you have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. You have to be a Western Washington State resident to even get it. So, the crowd was up for this. We got suplexes, no selling. It's getting a little bit tired of that. The stretch muffler, I think it's muffler, but nevertheless. We got a couple 1 counts. Then we got a, big old back fist for 2. And it looked like Ishii hit some kind of code breaker. That was a bit surprising. And then hit the vertical drop brainbuster, 1, 2, 3. All right. I mean, Eddie is signed to AEW, so I didn't expect him to necessarily get a lot of wins. And because of these, what was it? It's 8 wrestlers in each block or whatever, I think, or something like that. We got 4 blocks, and we got 8 wrestlers in each block. And I get that I get that Eddie isn't going to get every single win. I would have had Eddie beat Ishii, but maybe they're going to have Ishii beat him for the strong openweight championship. Whatever. They might as well have various AEW talents in Japan, since Khan is bound and determined to use some people on TV that really have no business being on there. But that's for the AEW review. By the way, check out my Dynamite review tonight, because I'm sure I'm not going to be too kind to some of the lineup. So, Naito versus Shane Haste. Now, this surprised me. I expected this to be decent. Didn't expect it to actually surprise me by being so good. It's not that Naito isn't good. It's not that Shane Haste isn't talented. They did some hat trading. That was kind of funny. Naito threw Shane Haste's hat in the crowd. The hat made haste, as it were. Good pace to this. They did go into the crowd briefly. We got a neck breaker on the gate, and Shane Haste was selling his neck. Hit a nice big old spring drop kick. I mean, that was really beautiful. Great height on that. Good back and forth. We got a snap drop variation that was really kind of deadly. Looked like Naito might land on his neck. Destino got stopped a couple times. He did hit Destino once, a variation for 2. And then a catch into a choke slam. 1, 2, 3. Shane Haste gained the victory. Wow, is what I wrote down. I did not expect Shane Haste to win. Now, that's good. I got nothing against Shane Haste gain a quality win like that. Still a little bit surprising. But still, this is when things picked up. I mean, Eddie and Ishii was good. It was hard hitting. But it's also a lot of the same that we've seen from both these guys over the past number of months. Or in the case of Ishii, over the past number of years. So, Tama Tonga taking on David Finlay. More Bullet Club shit. Yay! Again, after the G1, I may just not bother reviewing much New Japan. Unless it's a super big card, I may not bother until Wrestle Kingdom. They need to eliminate this Bullet Club stuff. I'm not saying fire anybody, utilize people in different ways, but they got enough factions as it is. They gotta do something. They gotta refresh it. This David Finlay led Bullet Club stuff is terrible. I'm not saying that he can't be a useful asset, but this ain't it. They had a match after getting into the crowd. Tama Tonga attacked them. They went into the crowd. And then Tama got sent off the stage and sold his knee. Kept selling his knee. A Supreme Flow, the big old splash by Tama. Later, a head scissors pin, 1, 2, 3. And Tama got the victory. That was a little surprising. They're probably going to do another Never Openweight program, and Tama's probably going to beat him for the belt again. Which, to be quite honest, David Finlay could end up being in the quarterfinals of this goddamn thing. I actually wouldn't be surprised if he was. God forbid if he ends up winning this thing. I haven't kept track of the point totals, and I don't necessarily care because the tiebreakers and all that stuff gets complicated, and I really only care about maybe 6 to 8 people in the entire field. But the aftermath has David Finlay using his stick on him. And then Jeff Cobb versus Zack Sabre Jr. had a pretty damn good main event. Well worked, as you would expect with these two, with their respective different styles. Speed versus power. I really enjoy just watching Zack Sabre Jr. Cobb is just so good at what he does. A DDT roll through to a pop by Zack Sabre Jr. Cobb ended up just catching him a couple times. He used some good power. There was like a trap variation. He trapped the arm in the leg. Too many pronouns, pal. Sorry, Vince McMahon. And Cobb was had to get his foot on the rope. We got a couple pinfalls just for 2. Germans by both. It looked like Zack might get the victory after the 15-minute call was had. But this isn't a TV championship match like it has been in the past. Tour of the Island soon after. 1, 2, 3. Jeff Cobb gained the victory. 4-0. There we go. I doubt Jeff Cobb's going to end up being in the quarterfinals. They're going to find some way to screw that up. But that being said, good for what it was. So yes, tomorrow's tomorrow's G1 will be one individual video. Sundays will be an individual video because there's a break between Thursday and Sunday. The first and the second we'll see. The 5th and the 6th for sure will be Human Centipede together just because I'm going to be having a lot of work that weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, then after that, probably Tuesdays will be individual, and then I think we get the quarterfinals. Well, let's see. I think I'm trying to think because I think night 17 will be the quarterfinals. Night 18 will be the semifinals. And night 19, or maybe I'm screwing that up. The whole point is the last 3 nights: quarterfinals, semifinals, finals. Those are going to be individual. So, agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Recklin. I'll see you soon.